Hey everybody, thank you for joining me on Landscape Rescue. I'm Stuart Moore, and thank you very much for letting me into your home to talk about plants. We're gonna go out and we're gonna link up with my buddy Gabe from Integrity Landscapes, and we're gonna see, what he thinks. We're going to get real feedback from them. I want you to be able to see somebody other than me talking about the power planter, and let's see how it works. But I mean, I've got a sneaking suspicion that if I'm a pretty cynical guy, if I'm on board, he's most likely going to be on board too. So I don't know, kind of a little nervous. Let's see how it goes.
Fast.
I like it. We did 121 gallon by lunch. I went to shop for plants, and when I came back from shopping for plants, he had dug all the holes. And then he went to lunch, and then I planted all the 1 gallon stuff. So I was done by the time he got back from lunch. Gabe done stole my power planter. Is it deep enough? Oh yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
Cool, Tiger Eye Sumac. You're really springing for the big guns.
I know.
All right, try going at it like straight in. Yeah, there you go.
Dang, I busted that rock out.
Welcome to Missouri, I guess. Nice. And that clutch keeps, now I dare not mess with the clutch because I don't know, it's down here underneath. I don't really know, I haven't experimented enough with it, but it's set right now to where it won't tear my arm off, but it's got enough, it's got enough stank to get the rocks out. Yeah, I have a day and a half more experience than you do with this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of fire and forget. Oh, see, that's an easy one right there. I knew that one was going to be a pain in the ass.
Jeez.
You did that on purpose. There we go. It's coming. That's good,
Powered through it.
yeah. You can tell the difference when it's got fresh batteries, huh?
Oh yeah.
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 About threw my shoulder out of place.
Yeah, it gets real. Okay, so before you start, would you consider it commercially viable for a landscaper?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the same thing. I see you using it. You've got, what, 30 minutes worth of experience with it, if that? 15? 15 minutes worth of experience, and you're running it just as good as I am.
But I mean, look at all these plants. We got 30 plants done. Holes dug, not planted, but holes dug.
Right.
In 7 minutes. And the thing with the shovel is this clay, it's so packed, it's just going to come up in a big clump. It's not going to break it up like it's doing here.
Right.
So,
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because I mean, you're going to have to take your shovel around in the circle and pull out the big clump. So.
Yep. Yeah, I made mention of, I don't know, I might have cut it out.
How strong are your teeth on this?
Well, they're replaceable.
If I break it, are you going to be upset with me?
Well, I mean, obviously I'll be a little disappointed in you, but I wouldn't say mad.
We want to see if we can get this rock out.
All right, let's do it.
How much are they?
I don't know.
Like 20 bucks a tooth?
Probably. Well, I mean, that big shaft, that adapter shaft was like 40 bucks maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know, is there any teeth left? We've been doing a lot of rocks. I've been doing a lot of rocks. Yeah, right there. Don't slide your hand across it. It's probably a razor blade by now.
No, it's dull. We're going to try it.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, I see it. There it goes. That's got to be faster than doing that with a pick.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That was rough digging. That was hard digging. There was some machine, you know, they had brought in some heavy equipment to place those boulders. They had made a little kind of like a 2-stone walkway with some steps and some boulders on the side. I mean, they really did it up back there in that woodland part of their yard. The customer wanted to dress up their backyard, but man, I mean, that wasn't cultivated soil. You saw that. That was not, man, I shudder to think, and this isn't me just selling. Look, this isn't a sponsored video. Power Planner doesn't pay me nothing, right? I just think it's valuable for contractors to see this kind of content so you can change the tempo of your business when it comes to planting, right? There's other products out there to help you mulch. It's never been a tough thing for me. Mulching just kind of is, and it is what it is. I think you do a combination of the Power Planner, right? The speed, beneficial fungus, beneficial bacteria, 2-year fertilizer tablets, you will look like an absolute superhero to your customers, right? They will be singing your praises 2 years later. If you do stuff the right way, the world's going to be your oyster at this point, you know, especially if you're a one-man crew. Geez Louise, the fact that if you're going in there digging with a shovel, I don't think you could get a shovel in that ground. I think you would have started with a pick and used a rock bar, and I think that's what you would have been using, is a pick and a rock bar, and maybe used your shovel, but I think you probably would have gotten on your hands and knees and just pulled giant rocks out, is what I think was doing it. The cool thing about the Power Planner was we were wallering it around, and we were augering a bigger hole, so we were getting a lot of that loose soil. Gabe had made a point that when you go in with a shovel in clay soil, you're just going to pull out, you're just going to go around in a circle and you're just going to pull out a big cone of clay. Well, then you have to break that up to put it back into the hole, or bring in topsoil and put topsoil in the hole. But what I would do with the Power Planner is I would shovel a couple shovelfuls of topsoil in the area and then drive my power planter right through the center of that topsoil that I added to the top. And then I would incorporate that topsoil with the native soil. And I think that would work out great. You could even pre-inoculate it. You could even put the pile of topsoil on the ground, put your beneficial fungus, beneficial bacteria inoculate on top of the topsoil, and then auger right down the center of it, and it would thoroughly mix that soil. It would mix it in with the backfill. You pull the rocks out, put your plants in, and cover. That would good. But to Gabe's point, he said, you know, you're just pulling out this big giant clump, where this is actually mixing everything up and breaking up that clay. And so when you do reintroduce that native soil back around the plant, it's so much easier. I mean, the time savings on this job, huge, huge deal. I was pretty impressed with how fast it went, and I'm not easily impressed. Is what it is. And this thing continues to impress me. So there's some things that I feel are invaluable. Beneficial fungus, beneficial bacteria, inoculant for the soil, 2-year fertilizer tablets, power planter. I would not operate a business if I couldn't have those 3 things. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me on Landscape Rescue. My name's Stuart Moore. I am currently talking to you from the loudest neighborhood on the planet. Have a good day, guys.